Alright YouTube, welcome back. This is Mario17 and this is part 3 of our tutorial on Giants Editor 6.03. Alright, so one of the things I did off camera is I didn't like how that looked, so I painted a little bit different in there. Also brought over this particular item. It's called Storage Bar. When you click on it, it'll be over in this area. Slide it over, put it wherever you want. I chose right here. Now, again, make sure you're clicking on all of it. If you do not click on all of it, you're going to have an issue. Okay, you could just move part of it. You don't want to do that. Alright, so if you'll notice right here it says sugar beet heap is in the middle thing. Alright, that's important. Why is that important? Well, because one of the things you're going to be moving over is into triggers and stuff. Okay, that, by the way, this particular building is in farm buildings. So let's go to triggers and stuff. Let's go down. What's it say? Sugar beet conveyor. It's over there. You have to get it lined up. I'll show you how. Let's get the potato conveyor. Remember, we know that sugar beet's here, wood chip here, and we saw that the potato was there. So again, this item's over here. I make sure I have all of it selected, not just this, right? The whole potato conveyor. All right, you want to move the item over here, and this one gets a little tricky because you have to line it up and you got to spin it around. So let's get it about right here, and let's spin it around and get it about where we want it. And now we got to start lining it up. Now, you have to get really down in here. Fine-tune control with your mouse here. So you want to go forward, and then you can see the basic idea of what it looks like. It obviously needs to turn left some. Okay, we'll move it back a little bit. You want to make sure it looks like it looks good, and it does. Go outside, and you can see. See, if you didn't grab this, the potatoes wouldn't dump. See what I mean? So let's just click on the ground anywhere. It deselects this item. Looks good. Much like what we did with the sugar beet one. Pretty cool, huh? Simple. Not much to it. It's just a matter of making sure you're clicking, moving the right thing. Alright. Also moves this. This is inside your tip triggers and stuff. Notice what it did. I clicked on this. What happened? Grain station trigger. We want the entire unload pit. You want to move that entire thing. It's over there. This is where you will dump your grain and stuff at your farm to go into your silo. This is important though. Unload pit, there's nowhere in here to tell it, hey, this is only for the farm. So currently this is set as a sell point. This is the same item you're going to use at all your sell points. Alright, but right now what we want to do is we want to set it up to where you dump stuff in here. You're not making money, you're putting it in these silos. So this is your grading. You could move that around if you needed to. This is the ground piece. That's the collision item. But what you want to click on is this grain station trigger. You notice it's got a start and an end. Not as important as this particular thing. This says these are the items it takes. Appears on PDA. Is farm trigger, and you do not want it to appear on PDA. Why? If it appears on there, it appears as a sell point. What you want this to be is a dumping point. Okay, so this will take potato, sugar beet, all that stuff, because this is a modified one. So what you want to do is then right here, station name. If you don't change this from station shipping company, it's going to list that on the map. Change this to farm, whatever it is, the name of your farm, etc., etc. Okay, that's where you want to change it. You don't have to worry about trying to change it up here, although you can. I do the same thing. I put farm. But the thing to remember is when I change this, it's going to change in here too. But it doesn't matter, just as long as the unload pit isn't changed, and you'll be adjusting this for each individual thing. So poof, as you can see there, it changed to farm. And that's fine, because you're going to be changing this anyways to go to each one of the sell points. Alright, so it does not appear in PDA. It is an area trigger, and it is a farm trigger. This makes it so that you can dump stuff in there. And poof, there you go. Now, something we haven't gone over yet is terrain sculpt. Let's click on this. Okay, that's right next to the terrain detail. You'll be able to, it highlights terrain sculpt mode. I want to make sure I'm in square. Okay, so I am. And your mouse button or your mouse wheel will scroll in and out to adjust the size. So let's get right down here on this, because we don't want it to look like we're just dumping it in the ground, right? Remember we said the right mouse button is for subtract. Click or hold your right mouse button if you wish, and you can start dropping this down. Now you'll notice it's messing with that around the edge. That's okay. It's not making it where you can't drive on there. As long as you got it squared, and you don't want to do that. Hold down that right mouse button. See that? No. We want to undo, undo. You want to bring that back up. It's a sensitive tool. Just got to be a little careful with it. And we just want to get that little bit right there, right there. We want to make sure that this is not getting messed up over here. See how that's doing? You don't want those ridges. So let's just, whoop. So you don't want to do that either. And that's holding down the middle mouse button. So let's just back up until we don't see that anymore. And then we'll just tap over here in the middle. You don't have to be perfect. You just got to get it to look like you're dumping, and to not make it where you've got the inability to drive around here. And again, this goes back to, let's unclick this train sculpt mode. So now we can click. As you can see here, okay, you've got the gray thing right here. See, you could lift that up and down if you needed to. You've got different things you can do here to you can move the gradient around. You can move the stationary ground around. As you can see here, you could lift that ground up. See? Then you don't see as much of the stuff, and it'll be more of a hump when they come up there, as you can see here. And let's look how that would look. See? So you can lift that up, and then you don't see the editing you've done. And that's good enough, really, for right there. Now, if you wanted to put something in there, like straw or whatever, I want to click this third button over. It looks like a little crop. It says Terrain Foliage Paint Mode. Okay, so you come down here. Foliage Layer Painting. This is where we're at. Let's go to Grass, 0. Click on 0. And let's expand this out just a tiny bit. And click on 6. The reason why I'm going to show you this is because this is mowable grass. And you would paint this around. You can see there. It's like, whoops, that's not what we wanted. Right click to undo that. Okay. And since we've gone all the way down to that layer, we can't paint it unless we bring it back up just a tiny bit, which we could do if we wanted. And then you could paint it. Okay, so you got to figure out what you want to do as far as that goes. I like to leave it just open like that, and it's good to go. Again, click off so that you can select items again. I happen to like how that looks. You've got that little bit of a ridge, which is just fine. But you can see that looks really nice. Yeah, that's how you do that. Now that is a farm trigger. So pop into your game, test it. You should start already with items in here. Grab it, drive around. And by the way, your vehicles are going to be way over there in a random spot. So we'll learn how to fix that later. I'll teach you. But for right now, you can drive all the way over here, grab your grain, go around, dump in there. And it should work just fine. So save your file. Don't ever forget to save often. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and you got a basic farm working already. You could plant, you could set up a couple of fields, and away we go. But all right, hey, we'll talk to you next time. Leave comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.